I was at a conference a few weeks ago and realized that I didn't have a presentation with me and thought I would create one, but to do that, I needed to first purchase and install Keynote on my iPad, since that's what I had with me at the time. And I tell you, uh, it's pretty awesome in terms of being able to create a presentation right there on the fly and to do everything that I would want to do with Keynote on the desktop on the iPad. I mean, you've got all the features that I might need, being able to add photos, objects, transitions, etc. I mean, I'm not a huge presentation guy necessarily. I know some people live inside of their presentation software, but, it's sufficient for my needs. I love it. And so I bought it, and it was $9.99, I think about $10. Worth it if you do a lot of presentation stuff, to be able to create them or edit them on the fly. Now, if you're in love with PowerPoint, you may not like Keynote in terms of its features on the iPad specifically. If you love PowerPoint, you would love Keynote on the desktop, at least on Mac OS X. It's full-featured enough to give you the ability to create dynamic presentations without necessarily being tethered to a notebook computer or a desktop system. So Keynote, I definitely give a thumbs up for $9.99. Then I ended up buying Pages because I wanted something a bit more full-featured than the Notes application, and decided to give this a shot again for $9.99. And I was rather appreciative of the various features and updates that Apple just recently released, being able to turn the page view in portrait mode versus landscape and still be able to retain the ruler and the bold, italics, underline, all those formatting features. Being able to go in and the inline find within a document. This is something that I couldn't get access to inside of a Notes application, and I know there are a few of them available, and Pages definitely isn't perfect. So if you want my opinion, I would say wait on Pages. I think there are other document editing tools that cost less. If you want to even go as far as spending money on a document editor for the iPad, but the Pages really didn't wow me, quite honestly. So yeah, not a big fan of Pages. I don't think there's an extreme need for it on the iPad at this point in time. Then I was lucky enough that Alex, and I think it's Sui, I think that's how you say his last name. He ended up donating Numbers to me. He gave me a gift certificate so that I was able to download and install Numbers here on my iPad. And if you're someone who needs a spreadsheet or loves spreadsheets in general, I say the implementation of Numbers, a spreadsheet application that's a part of the iWork suite on the desktop, the translation inside the iPad, I thought was extremely worth the money I would have paid for it if I didn't get it donated by Alex. Creating a spreadsheet's easy. You've got all the templates, just like you have different templates inside of Keynote or Pages. Of course, I usually go just with the default templates. You can flip between tabs just as easily. Editing a cell is pretty simple. They've really done a pretty good job with the application. You've got an optimized keyboard for number entry or data entry. You've got the ability to edit and create formulas. Everything that you would expect in a spreadsheet application can be done right here. The only thing I tell you out of all three of these applications, and if you were to get one, I think Keynote's it. If you were to get two, Keynote and Numbers, get three, Keynote, Numbers, Pages, in that order, unless, of course, you need those applications for what you might want to do on a regular basis. Honestly, I don't know if I'd spend the money right now. I'm hoping that Google will release an iPad optimized version of Google Docs, which takes care of presentations, spreadsheets, and document editing. I think it's a matter of time, quite honestly, that it happens. Granted, it wouldn't be the full-on rich experience that you would get in a dedicated or a native application like what you see with iWork. Apple could probably sell it at about half as much, and I'd be a little happier with that. I think $10 is a little too much for what I've seen within iWork. Not to say that they haven't done a good job, but I think a free Google Docs optimized for the iPad experience is right around the corner. I can't imagine them not working on it. So if you don't need the apps, my recommendation, don't get them. If you do, I would say they're good enough, and I would say worth $5, $10, well, you kind of have to decide that for yourself. No one's telling you, if you should get them, for your needs. Only you know that. There you go. I'm happy enough that I have them installed. I've now got them at my disposal. I can view files too that I get as attachments in email, which is nice to have a native app to be able to view documents that I get attached. So I don't know what your thoughts are if you've purchased any of the iWork suite. Go.tagjag.com/pages, go.tagjag.com/numbers, and go.tagjag.com/keynote if you want the direct links to where you can find them in the iTunes App Store. My email address, chris@perillo.com. Go ahead and drop me a line. Let me know what you think. You can leave a video response with your own review, maybe even a screencast of sorts. I didn't really have a close-up. There's really not much to show, in my opinion. Apple's already posted their screencast to the web. You leave a comment, which most likely you've already done at this point. You can follow me on my blog, chris.perillo.com, twitter.com/chrisperillo, facebook.com/chrisperillo, and youtube.com/chrisperillo. Then we've also got the chat room, right? That's a part of the live video feed that some of you were tuned into, watching or listening to what I was talking about here. Since someone was asking in chat, we decided to record a video based off that question. More than welcome to join us. We are typically talking tech 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at live.perillo.com. We'll see you later.